Okay, I entered this trade on the USD CHF a little while ago. I'm using the Agimat trading system. This is on the 15-minute chart. It's not recommended to do long-term trades on the 15-minute chart. The 1 hour and above are recommended, but I wanted to show you how it works. So when the trend changes direction, you get a yellow box with a black arrow. The recommendation is to wait to enter until you see the white arrow, because the white arrow is confirming that it goes above the MEQ line here, the AM line, sorry. This indicator is the MEQ, and it tells you future whether it's going to go up or down. I'm expecting some consolidation here straight across for a little while, and then it's going to go up, and the total that I've calculated is about 14 pips. The way I calculate it is to go here, bring the cursor where we are at this moment, and then bring it right to there, to the tip of that one, and it gave me 14 pips a while ago. Now it says 13.2 because we're at a higher level. Let's see, oh, 15.1. So I set my TP here a little while ago, and I set it at 14.8 pips. So that's a safe number. I could go on up to 15 or go to this black line, which is one of the market maker lines. I haven't done that yet. I'm watching it. Now, what I use also to indicate whether I'm having a trade that's good or not, or when it is to enter, is by the ADX indicator. I have it set on a period of 2 when either the blue or the red line comes above my level of 20. And at the same time, this yellow one is above 40, then I see that I'm going up. This is how I change directions if I need to. So right now the blue line is up and the volume is up, so our candle is going up. And I thought I would do this to show you how it is going to hit my TP. I'm on the 15-minute chart, so I may pause and then come back to it. But this is how great the Agimat system is. And you know, normally if it's like this, I wouldn't necessarily get into the trade until it comes over here. You can tell when that's going to be by looking here, going across. Right there is where it's supposed to go up. And you see the very first number says 6. So that means 6 more 15-minute candles, which is an hour and 15 minutes. So for the next hour and 15 minutes, it might just stay along this level. It was lower here when I got in. So I'm not going to worry about this going up and down, because eventually it's going to go up. Or I can just get out right now, take my profit, and watch this until it comes over here, and then re-enter. I won't do that unless the blue line starts pointing down. Right now it's still pointing up. You see we made it top on the candle. And my profit is going down a little bit because of this. But we still have an upward movement because our blue line is above the 20. In fact, it's above 40. Now, if the yellow line all of a sudden starts pointing down, that means it's going to go down a little bit. So I could hop out and wait for the next candle to get in. I have almost 6 minutes left on this particular candle. The system is very powerful. I think what I'll do, well, I could just leave it run, but it's going to make a long zoom here if I do. Four more minutes. Let's see what this next candle does. We may even get a red one in between. As you can see here, on the downward move, it came down and then it went back up a little bit, and then it kept down, it went up a little bit and came back down. So that's why I don't worry too much when I see something like this. I think the hardest part is having the patience to wait and let it just go to your TP. All right, I'm going to pause until the next candle comes in. Okay, we have about 50 seconds left on this candle. It did come back up some. Our blue line on the ADX is still far above 40. And we're wavering again, came back down to 99. But our new candle is going to come in another 30 seconds. We will see what great things happen with this trade. Here's where it shows the candle time. Oh, and this is the 50 EMA. This is the 8, the blue one. Okay, there's our new candle, still going up. I have 15 minutes to watch it go. This is the AM line that comes with the Agimat. It'll tell you here. Uh-oh, blue line dropped. I didn't see that happen, but the volume is still up. We're still headed in an upward direction. So here's where I will, let's see, refresh my chart. We still have the good lines coming up. This is okay as long as it's still at 20. It may drop and come down if we get a red candle. And that is my bird clock telling us that we have just hit 12 o'clock on the hour. You see the 8 is crossing the AM line. You're supposed to wait to get in until a full candle opens and closes above this yellow AM line, and this one is beginning to do so. It started above the AM line and it's still headed upward for the moment. You can see up here that we are only 12 pips from the low of the day, and there's 21 more pips to get to the high. So There's our redness. Oh yes, I added this white line here is at the 0 mark on the MEQ. I generally don't even look at that, but I can see the price is going to go above 0 there. All right, 12 more minutes. I'll pause again and come back. Okay, we're down to 21 seconds on this candle. I'm not sure what it's going to do. We still have our blue above 20. I think it's going to just go up and down right around in here until we get to this spot. Let's see what our next candle says. Here it is. Blue line is still going upwards. It's still above the AM line. And this previous candle did close above. Now the red line is crossing, so it's going to go down. See how that yellow line came down? Red line is crossing the blue. It's headed toward the 20, so we're probably going to get a red candle here. No, I'm surprised. It's still blue. That's very nice. Still going to go for my TP. This is hard for me. A lot of times I get out too soon. All right, I see 10 minutes left on the candle. I think I will pause it again and come back if something interesting happens. Because this line is straight across, I don't think it's going to do a big jump. It's going to be slow and gradual and just mess around right here. So I'll come back. Well, I'm surprised and excited because you see the blue line, instead of the red line crossing, it jumped back up, volume is up, and our candle's going up, and my profit is 137 on the first trade. So this is really, really good news. If we were not in this flat part, I would be adding, because I will see, well, actually, even from now, it's about the same level. But if you come from here where it begins to go up, it should give us a count of 14 pips there, still 14. I may have my TP a little too high. Let's see what I have, how many pips. Now 14.8, I got it pretty close. So I will watch the indicator or the ADX. So if it gets really close here and then the blue line drops again, then I'll just get out. 6 more minutes on this candle. And I'm glad I waited and didn't get out at $1 profit. Yeah, that was a nice little jump. Yeah, that's very nice. So you have the yellow box with the black arrow means it's going to change direction. It'll change on these also. I use them both, but this one's more accurate, like definitely it's going to change. It may go down a little bit first. Then you get the white arrow for confirmation. Then you see these candles, it has to close above the AM line. We got 2 that did that. It could very well reverse and go the other way, but I'm not expecting it to do that. And from where we are here, the drawdown, even if it consolidates, is going to be like 1 pip, 1 or 2 pips maybe. We're right on the line. So if it comes down to there, that's 1.2 pips in 1 candle. So after this next candle, it should just keep going up. See, that one's dropping a little because it made its stem. And you see I do not use a stop loss because when I put it on there, especially if I put it close so that I won't lose very much, then it always gets hit. So I just watch my trades. Even the ones I don't watch, I usually don't put a stop loss on them. Sometimes I will. And a lot of times after it gets in profit, I will. But that depends also on how much. See, like I only have $1 on the 15-minute chart, so I'd have to put it super close to put it in profit. Could put it at break even, but with the MEQ line here not being a straight shot up, then I wouldn't even put a stop loss, because it could just reverse, grab it, and go back up. You can also get in right when the yellow box appears, but that's not recommended, because sometimes when the box appears, it'll still go down some. You don't know whereabouts in here you are until it comes. And then you may get 2 or 3 candles like this one. Well, it didn't retrace very bad, did it? But it can retrace and go back up. So that's why we recommend, and Dennis recommends, Uncle Lee recommends, wait until it starts and closes above the AM line. That's the Agimat angular momentum. This is our MEQ, Maxwell equation. This is the ADX. I guess I can show you the properties of what this is, an indicator I added. The period I use is 2. Set it to close. I make it yellow. This is more or less the RSI line. I put it on 2. There's the colors. The DI plus is blue and the minus is red. You watch for them to cross. For the levels, I add level 10, level 20, and level 40. So for a good solid trade that's going to move, you want this yellow line to be above 40. And your signal line, the blue or the red, either one, needs to go hit 20. If it's between 10 and 20, it's not a real strong signal. So you wait till it hits 20, and then if the blue is above the red, it's a buy. If the red, like here, is above the blue, then you're going down. See? See how far that went? It's come from the cross right there where the red crossed the blue, and it moved down 16.8 pips. But now our red line is staying safely down there. Blue has dropped below the 20, so we may get a red candle here. This is a new one. Look how tiny the candles are. Wow. Not much movement at all. Okay, so we're headed downward. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back again. We have 9 minutes left on the candle and it's beginning to get its rise up, but I just got an alert on my Uncle Lee scanner here. We have a yellow box sell on NZD CAD. It matches the 15-minute and the 1-hour time frame. It says sell, but right now it's going to go up a little bit first, about 15 pips. So I'm just going to go check it out. It does say sell. It's going to go up right there and then come down. See, it's going up at the moment. So until I get an alert that says sell, I'm not going to get in it. You see, we have the yellow box, we have the arrow, we have the candle that has closed below the AM line, and that's all great, but this is retracing that little line right there. So after it finishes that, in the next 2 candles probably, oh, maybe 1 candle, then it should begin to go downward. Yeah, it's gonna be 1 candle from now. Then we'll go down a little bit. Let's see how much. That will be approximately 10 pips. So when I get the alert that this is turned to red, I can put in a trade and go for 10 pips, or put it for 9 to be safe. Let's go back to my trade here, USD CHF, and we're headed back up again. It's going up and down here. I want to see this blue line hop back up here where it's really high. We have about 2 more candles to go to get to this spot right there. So I will be back. Okay, I'm back again with the USD CHF, and we have a few seconds left on this candle going in our direction. Blue line is back down. It's below the 20, but we're still headed up. So I'm waiting on this to hit my TP right here. And we just dropped a little, got our new candle. This is a real slow one. But then again, it's Monday, so that would be why. I wanted to show you how we choose to take a trade. I got a notice for this one. This one gives me here a buy signal because the blue line crossed above on the ADX. But even though it's a blue candle, you can see here that the Maxwell says it's going to go down before it goes up. So I would not get into this one, and it has not crossed the AM line. And we have a reversal signal here. So that is just a pullback. That's something I would not get in. This one I am in currently. I got in somewhere up there. And it's a daily chart. TP is way down here. You see the Maxwell. If we put it where we are at this moment, it has the potential over the next few days, even with that rise, it comes down to the 0 line. That is going to be 300 pips. It says 3003. So I'm going to be patient on this one and wait for it to come 300 pips. Let me go measure that, see if I have my GP in the proper direction or proper. I think I went from there. So let me see here. There we go. Count down to that one. That is 216 pips. 258. The major market maker line right there is 285. I'd probably be happy with that. $333, that's too much. So back up here, 318. I think it'd be safe to go for this heavy line right here. I totally believe that. And just so you know too, the length of this trade from where we are now to the white line is going to be 7 days. I usually don't hold things over the weekend, and that's going to level out there. So I might just leave this on until Friday and see what happens. I think I'm going to take this and move it to right about there. And I'll remember here, just want to put a line as to where I had it before. So if it starts changing things on me, then I'll go back. But this is, I don't do daily trades very often, but this one looked really good. So here we have GU. I don't know if I got a, yeah, I did get a signal on that one. It said to sell. And that's all good. I have no white arrows on this for confirmation, and I'm not sure why. It's on the 15-minute. But it's kind of choppy and the line is straight, so no, I didn't take that. EU is going to drop a little bit here. We'll wait for a signal to watch that happen. When the ADX red line crosses, then it might come out of this and go down. But it's only a few pips before it goes back up. Now AUD NZD looks pretty good. It's already on the way down. These black X's are a special thing we found. Uncle Lee found it for us, the X factor that we use to tell us when the direction changes. This one might drop about 17 pips before it goes up. So I'm way too late to get into it. UJ is wanting to go up, but the line is pretty level, so I'm not going to hop in that one either. GJ, same thing, straight line. This one could go up a little bit right there, but it's too straight. It's too early on a Monday. I'm going to leave it. EUR odd. Now this is good because we have the reversal. We're going to wait for this to come down. Another thing you can do, if you don't have time to sit here, is come down below the AM line. Like you want it to close there. So maybe right about there, and set a limit order, a pending order for a sell, because it shows us here that it can go down to the white line in 10 more candles on the 1 hour. 10 more hours, it'll go down 97 pips. So again, I won't do that right now, even though the candle's red. I will wait for it to get lower. CAD JPY had an uptrend, but we got the X. And you see when the X happened, it went down. It's gonna meander around here a little bit, so I don't wanna mess with that. Now we got the TP green light over here. Let's go back and check my trade. Okay. Still consolidating. Remember I said back here it was gonna kind of consolidate for a while before it goes up. So I think when we get over here, it's gonna go up there and hit my TP. And then we're headed back down, and I will wait and see what happens with that. There is 6 more minutes on this candle, so I'm gonna pause it again. I think, yeah, I'll pause it again and come back. I don't wanna run out of time. Okay, I'm back. We still have 2 minutes on this candle, and we're going back upwards in the right direction here. The blue line has changed back. See how much it's gone up and down, but it has always pretty much stayed close to the 20, and it has stayed above the red the whole time. This red line is solid flat. So now I'm up $2.50, hoping to make it 6 or close to 6 by the time I hit the TP here. Looks like we're going to be on our way. I put mine a little less than the recommended pips because of this downtrend that's coming, but I should be safe until the next 2 or 3 candles. This is a wonderful system created by Dennis Buchholz. I'm not sure how to pronounce his last name, but his videos are on my site. And he creates some really, really amazing tools. Oh, we got the black X right there. Now that doesn't mean it's going to reverse instantly, but it shows that it's going to hit a certain point and go down. These black X's can move a little as we go. I'll enlarge it a little bit so we can see it. See the black X. Although we still have the blue candle, we're still above 20. I could be safe and get out right now, but I really, really want to see if I can be patient enough to wait for the TP that I calculated. Because if you have to go somewhere or you're out shopping or something and you cannot watch your computer, it's a good thing to know that your analysis is good and that you can trust your trade. So I'm really trying to do that. All right, so we got another notice for NZD CAD. As I recall, I wasn't happy with that one. Well, it'll go down a little bit, just not enough to risk it right at this second. It might get 2 or 3 pips. With the spread is 2.8 on my chart right there, so I think that's too much because it'll put me up here, and then I don't have much to go. So I'm going to ignore that one as well. Come back here and wait for that one. There goes my clock again. Wow, it's 1 o'clock. I've been on here for an hour. Okay, come on, turn around. We're down here below 20 again, so I'm hoping that candle will reverse and give us a blue one. That could be a clue I should get out right there, huh? I'm gonna tough it out and hold on. 13 more minutes for that candle to go up. Oh, look at the AM line has also pointed upwards. That's a very good sign. Like here, when it crossed down, it was kind of going straight. Then the AM line starts pointing down and you're under it. So that's really good. We're above it and it's going upward. I really like the looks of that. Okay, 12 more minutes. I'm going to pause again. I'm just showing you a little progress here because remember this candle was showing us red and now it has gone blue again. Our blue line is right about the 10 line, which is not awesome, but we are still going blue. Has 7 more minutes to go. I'll be back. We're getting closer to the TP. Okay, I may have a change of plan here, only because we have another red candle. We are now right here. Let's see. It tells me it's going up 8 more pips if it doesn't drop. We're getting ready to cross here. Volume is up. I think my TP is higher than 8 pips away from where we are now. So I might just close this one. No, I'm right on 8. So I'm being in a buy here. I'm going to drop it down just a hair. I don't want to lose the profit that I got already. Trying to get the bigger trade. There's still 12 minutes, so hopefully it's going to go up. Or I could put a stop loss right underneath there. But like I said, when I do that, it usually hits it. I'd rather just take the profit. Might be just making the stick here. Let me hope it goes up. Blue line is way, way low. So I'm going to watch down here. If it's dropping 89. This is one of those cases where you get out and then it goes up anyway. But according to this, I don't think so. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and close this trade out and have my profit. 11 minutes. Should still reach up there. No. 5 pips. All right, folks, I'm going to close this one out and take my profit, and then take a look at what EU is doing. I have a buy notice. Look at all this consolidation. So it's going to break out, but I don't believe it's going to go in the upward direction. Oh, one thing I forgot to do over here. See, there it went. Darn it. Oh, well, I still got profit, right? Okay, I just wanted to show you, looking at the higher time frames, that we still have the possibility of going up on the USD CHF. I was on the lower time frame, so I took a minor profit, but you see here, from here to the next down move is 37 pips. If you hold it to the very top, that's 71 pips. So I wouldn't get into it at this point because it hasn't even crossed the 8 EMA and it hasn't come close to the AM line. But if it were to get up here, say at the sweet spot, I would put a pending order there. $99749. So if it does cross the AM line and start, then we can feel like it's going to go up. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's my old trade. I have another one in there that's waiting to get. So that's my lesson for today on the Agimat trading system. Thanks for watching.